Just like you, I woke up this morning and I saw this coin pumping nearly 2000%. It's called Worldcoin. I looked into it and I'm going to tell you exactly why it's pumping so hard and whether or not I might take a little bit of a dip into it. First of all, let's see what it is exactly. OpenAI Sam Altman launches Worldcoin crypto project. So OpenAI is a very well-known company. They're the designers of ChatGPT. So already, this is linked to AI somehow, yeah? So July 24, that's today, Worldcoin, a cryptocurrency project founded by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, launches on Monday. The project's core offering is its World ID, that's the important part, which the company describes as a digital passport to prove that its holder is a real human, not an AI bot. To get World ID, a customer signs up to an in-person iris scan using Worldcoin's orb. Man, that sounds dystopian already. A silver ball, you've got to be joking. A silver ball, approximately the size of a bowling ball. Once the orb's iris scan verifies the person is a real human, it creates a World ID. So that's the gist of it. You can basically go look at the article. It's on Reuters. It talks about the price, etc. Let's look at the price action. So this is coin market cap. As you can see, there's not that much data for it. It's only showing today. It's why no matter what you click on, you get this sort of stretched out view because there's not that much information, not that much data. But what is incredible about this is that it listed in a record-breaking number of exchanges. Binance, KuCoin, Uniswap, all of these big exchanges listed all at the same time, which kind of contributed to the massive pump, right? Right now, the price is $2 and a bit, which has dropped quite significantly since the morning when I saw it. Now, if you look at the chart on Binance, that kind of represents more what happened. As you can see, it went from something like 0.15 to 5.2. So that was a colossal pump. Of course, you could never in 100 years have got in at 0.15. That is, of course, for the airdropped people working in the company, etc. And retail, of course, FOMO'd in immediately. If we just stretch that out a bit to 15 seconds, you can see that went up to 5.29 and then, of course, sold off. You can imagine a lot of people that got the tokens airdropped to them pre-launch probably sold going into that pump. And then you have the rest of the people kind of buying in from here. You can see it's tending down. This is a very typical behavior, by the way, for tokens that launch. Usually they actually dump a little bit more than this, which kind of shows that perhaps people think that this token is going somewhere. If I stretch this a little bit further to the 1 second ticker, you can see that it's basically pumping, dumping. And there's a lot of volume actually pumping into this at the moment, which is again typical for something that launches and makes such a massive impact. Because it's AI and because it's ChatGPT related, of course, it immediately comes to the awareness of a lot of people. It means OpenAI is involved. It also means Microsoft, a colossal organization, is involved. So there's a lot of money and a lot of belief that's backing this coin. So right at this moment, it's probably a little bit dangerous to get in now in case there's a massive dump. You might get stuck in there for a while. There's also something about a 13-year lockup or something. I haven't actually really looked into it that much. I've just looked at the price and the general news coming out. It's something I'm going to deep dive later. I like to read white papers before I take a dive into anything. So I'll be doing a proper review of this as time goes on. But as you can see, it's taking a bit of a dump. That's going to pump a little bit more probably when China or Korea gets involved tomorrow morning. We shall see. So what is it doing exactly? And why is it pumping so hard? And why is there so much belief in something that is basically blockchain KYC, universal KYC? When you go to a website, some websites will present you with a challenge called a captcha. And a captcha basically is a kind of challenge that allows you to do some sort of activity that verifies that you're not a bot, but a human. So for instance, a typical captcha might say, pick all the oranges in this grid. So a human being would pick the orange juice, would pick this here. But this is extremely easy for us humans to do, but for a bot, this is infinitely more difficult. So is orange juice orange, or is this thing that looks like an orange or not, human beings can recognize that that's got a pumpkin, a cake or whatever, and those are pizzas. And some of them are even more complicated for robots, like, oh, can you select the top of every animal or something that is very, very easy for human beings to contextualize, to do with visual cues, audio cues, context, culture, etc. These things are very, very difficult for robots. Now, challenges that are mathematical are very, very easy for robots. Calculate what is 5,000 divided by 2.6, all times 506,000. A computer, a bot, will give you an answer pretty much instantly. Human beings will have to sit back, think about it, calculate it, probably with the help of the computer. So the challenges that these captures use are the ones that are very analog, very context based. Now with AI, we have AI capture solvers, because modern AI uses a different type of set of parameters and technology and approach in solving these problems. So rather than a bot just doing calculations, AI can access fuzzy logic and neural networks and contextual questions, and AI can solve capture now. So just capture isn't good enough anymore. So going forward into the future, we have a world where AI is going to be prevalent. If you use ChatGPT or Bard, or if you've been using Midjourney, there's some AI video creators. It's only a matter of time before we have AI that try to replace humans. A lot of the tasks that we're doing online are already replaced by AI anyway. It's only a matter of time before AI shows up to work for someone. AI tries to open a bank account. AI tries to do things that human beings expect it to do. There's nothing wrong with if AI is basically assisting you to achieve those things. But if you're using AI in a fraudulent way, for instance, to replace yourself or deceive or impersonate, then there's got to be a way to tell who's AI and who isn't. And moving forward, technological things like capture and IDs and passwords, etc., are going to become much useless to separate humans from AI. What's going to separate us from AI are those things that we have in the real world, in the analog world, that are unique to us: our identity, our retinal patterns, our fingerprints, our dental structure, our DNA, etc. And this is one of the things that this Worldcoin and its World ID hopes to leverage, and that's the retinal scan. Now, the use of retinal scanners as ID is nothing new. This has been used in high security places like airports for years now, so that technology is actually quite advanced. Bringing that into the blockchain is part of what World ID will be doing. Now, of course, I expect this to face some serious backlash, especially in the crypto community. First of all, it's a big KYC engine, and most people in crypto, people that believe in the fundamentals of crypto anyway, are inherently against KYC. So that's going to be a problem. Of course, they're going to sell this en masse to the masses that don't really understand what's going on. And of course, the industry and the establishment are going to support this. The government is definitely going to support this, because which better way to harness everyone's identity, everyone's iris scan en masse globally than this amazing platform? People are going to be rushing to give them the information that they need. It's kind of when we got our iPhones and our smartphones and Androids and stuff, and social media showed up. We went from being guarded about our privacy, oh, please don't share my stuff, don't share my photos, to actively basically publicizing on our own volition everything that we're doing on the internet. And these companies basically sat down and let us do it and make money out of our private information. Now, there's also a PR problem with this, with the World ID, and the fact that it has world in it, and the Worldcoin already plays into this whole new world order globalization theory that a lot of people have, that the world, or the powers that be, are trying to unify the entire planet behind this one world coin, the new world order. And depending on who you are, your political beliefs or your religious beliefs, there's some credence to that. I mean, it kind of gives me this kind of vibe. You know what I mean? These kind of things have been spoken about for centuries now. We're kind of one step closer to this sort of reality. And again, the fact that what scans your retina is an orb, it kind of has a kind of vibe to it that people who have been following these things and making theories about them are going to be like, aha, see, we told you about this whole orb thing. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, obviously, but I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit of credence to this stuff. And over the last few years, if there's something that I've learned, is that these crazy, wacko, out of space sort of conspiracy theory people aren't usually always that crazy. You know, they told us about a few things that we refused to believe, and now here we are. Things are happening. Anyway, in terms of whether or not I'm going to jump into this coin, I'm going to say no. It's too hot, gone up too fast. I don't like it. I'm not a great fan of what it's trying to do. I don't like the name Worldcoin, World ID. The whole thing just rubs me the wrong way. So it's a no from me. Not financial advice though. I'm sure it's going to make a lot of millionaires. I'm just not going to be one of those. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.